It's totally raining. God damn it. Yep, legs are already soaked. I pretty much ride all year round. But you know, only when the roads actually permit me to not die. Ugh, a little bit of air. Whoa. Yeah, my bike is really light. I'm sure you could have just seen that with how the bike just swooped to the left with a little bit of wind. Get a GoPro just because I very unsafely used my cell phone to record myself riding one time on a particularly beautiful day. And I think, what was it? Yeah, everyone got mad at me. Well, everyone that's close to me got mad at me. They were like, you know, you shouldn't do that on a motorcycle. It's bad enough in a car. Well, I mean, they weren't wrong, but it's so much fun. And the biggest plus of this is legal protection, which I've always been pretty belligerent to people who try to, you know, murder me, either consciously or subconsciously. But I figure having concrete evidence of something that would endanger my life and any time like that would be great to have in case I ever end up living to tell the tale and go to court. So I'd rather have it and not need it. You know, I used to live down there. Man, this is probably got to make the most boring airtime ever. Anyway, yeah, I used to live over here too. I'm not far from where I used to live, but I've been far enough to where it still seems alien. Are you a cop? This is, I know this area like the back of my hand. Skipped a gear. Oh, what happened there? Poor engine. I'm sorry. I just added oil to this thing, so that could be it. For those of you not in the know, this is a wet sump engine, or it uses, come on, buddy. It uses the engine oil to lubricate the transmission. But this oil is awesome. I have never found an oil better than this. I've never actually had a gear slip. I'm pretty sure my foot just fucked up. Aww. And if I actually knew how to wheelie, I bet I'd be kind of afraid that that gear slip up back there would have actually launched me up. I don't think this bike has enough power though. Probably not good that this whole assembly just goes down. I gotta look into that. It is my clutch control after all. Beautiful forward controls on a bike made for short people, when I am not, in fact, short whatsoever. I mean, I'm not Yao Ming, but I am 6'2", which, you know, is I think at the top average range of most people here in the U.S., but not in Japan, apparently. The land of tentacle porn and short men. But, you know, I mentioned my bike, but I didn't mention what it was exactly. Most motovloggers I've noticed ride sport bikes, and you know, it's not like I've been watching motovloggers left and right. It's just an average assumption based on what I've seen in the channels that I typically like. This is not one of those. This is a Suzuki Viest 800 Intruder, and it, while yes, is my first bike, it is not actually. I haven't seen another bike that I would like more. Well, okay, that's a lie. I've seen plenty of bikes that I would prefer to have over this. Well, not prefer to have over this because there's tons of sentimental value, but I love this bike. This bike is amazing. It is highly reliable, provided you get a good battery. But, yeah, it's a 92, as you can see, 15,000 miles. I bought it at 7. I bought it for a very good price. The guy had it in his shed most of his life. I'm the second owner. He bought it for his friend. How amazing is that? He bought it for his friend who lives in Florida. What is that noise? That's not me, is it? God, I hope it's not me. I'm speaking of the reliability, of course. And yeah, he bought it for his friend in Florida just to come up and ride it with him on his bike. So he has an auxiliary bike just to have to ride for friends. That's amazing. That's the kind of money I want in life. But I don't, so I own this beautiful bike. It's not without its faults. Of course, all are cosmetic. You probably see the grip right there. This grip is actually broken. I bought it like that. I think there was not a throttle boss, but I do think there was. Are you gonna let me over? Come on, man. Anyway, there was a throttle, I guess you call it a throttle boss. I don't know. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Had to do it. Of course, I'm next to a cop who seemingly is doing nothing, pulling over ghosts. Silly cop. What was I talking about? Anyway, yeah, this is a Suzuki Intruder, and I got this bike based off of interest on how much I just love the way it looks. It's a thin little cruiser. I mean, for an 800, you know, typically for a cruiser, that's definitely not big, but it's also not small. So that's pretty awesome. Look what the hell's going on there. Anyway, yeah, I got this bike because it looks great, and I've heard that mechanically they are ridiculously reliable. Like, you'll reset the odometer, I mean, provided yes, it's a 5-digit odometer, so that chops off quite a few potential logged miles, but very, very good condition for its age. There's a little bit of rust and pitting chrome almost everywhere on the front forks and wherever there is chrome, but I mean, no major actual rust. So I got it, and I have not regretted it one bit. It is the absolute best bike to have around town. Not a great highway bike, though, which is, you know, admittedly a letdown, but oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Bruh. O2 drop. Does that mean that there's a drop in oxygen flowing to your brain, sir? Because that's possibly the only reason I can explain why you're going so goddamn slow. Or maybe just dropping O2 in your engine, but I'm gonna guess the former. Come on, buddy. Ugh. A New Jersey and Q. I rev at my Prius behind me. My Prius. This is my particular Prius to rev at. You can have yours. God knows they won't. Yeah, everyone loves Priuses in the car world. A lot of things I don't understand about the car world, though. Like, for instance, how they cannot be in the bike world. Like, holy fuck. Oh, I walked through this field one time. I'm amazed I didn't get caught because it was like 9 at night and none of this was here. Is that a carpool? Windshield wiper time. I know you probably can't see that, but it's driving me crazy. Whoa! Underwind. In my undercarriage. What the hell is that? I was in the middle of making a Jessica Simpson joke, and then I just saw a piece of Caterpillar equipment. It got totally thrown off. If that doesn't run Swanson B into manhood, I don't know what does. Wegmans? They're bringing a Wegmans here. This is like 2 miles away from, all this used to be trees. And they're bringing a Wegmans down, I guess throwback to PA. Throwback, that's not the right word to use. Maybe shout out. I don't know your fancy kid terms. I say fancy kid, but I'm not even 30. Still. Another extra. Nice. you guys will learn that I'm actually, my taste in cars it sort of meets my budget, almost. Like, my budget is dirt cheap, as is evidenced by what I'm riding. It's not a Harley. I mean, you know, that's sort of by choice, because while I do like Harleys, I mean, I like all bikes. You know, all the YouTubers on sport bikes, you know, that's awesome. You know, I'm jealous of your $6,000 cheap bike, but, you know, that's way out of my budget about by 6 times, so I got this, and I had to borrow money for this, and in doing so, I paid for it over the course of a year. So, if that gives you a hint of my economic standing. Boy, I hope I'm really not ruining the GoPro. I should probably pull over to check to see if this thing's not filled with water. Nah, it's fine. Ooh, mud. What was I saying about... Oh, yeah. So, my taste in cars is, it's pretty much what I can afford and how badass you can make it within those parameters. That said, one of my favorite YouTube channels, without a doubt, is Regular Car Reviews. Because if there's anyone who appreciates regular cars, oh my god, what is that thing? It's amazing! It's lifted! Oh, I love the South. My roommate just recently got me into Mighty Car Mods, and I've watched all of that now too. Crazy Australians doing crazy Australian things. I should probably turn around, because this is not anywhere where I need to be. I'm not actually trying to meet any kind of destination or anything. I'm just trying to not go too far out of my know-how to get back home. Okay. Blinking yellow light. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that means stop and then go now. Whee! Alrighty. I don't actually have a dead cat installed on this. I don't have a dead cat taped to my mic yet, so could go either way. Man, look at that thing! Not even the truck, just look at the car. That's awesome. My voice just cracked. No way of getting around that. That's embarrassing. Sort of. I'm not really embarrassed. I don't really have shame. Oh. Voice cracked again. Hello, sir. Look at my wet legs. I'll be courteous to this fine gentleman. Man, would you feel that wind? Man, this wind is brutal. I normally don't care about wind, but when you can literally feel the bike slipping out from under you on this wet pavement, look at that. I'm not driving in puddles, but this shit's been soaked for days and days, and you know, I bet if my GoPro isn't totally ruined and I get back to edit this video, you know, this is going to be the first time I will have heard my own voice recorded, and I'm probably going to hate it because I've always hated my voice, but I think that's the thing that everyone goes through. Especially from motovloggers, what I've heard is everyone hates their own voice and they just sort of get used to it. They don't stop hating it, they just deal with it. So, when in Rome, go with the green light. That's what it was, right? Ugh. You'll have to excuse my snorts. I just got off being sick. So I'm doing the wise thing and going for a ride in the rain and beautiful sub 60 degree weather. Alright, let's go. I just had the throttle and the carb needles were like, oh, secondaries? Secondaries? No? Yeah, how about now? How about now? How about, oh, go, let's go! Alright, you need to die. Positive, people. Positive. Ooh, that's impressive, bro. That's TI, huh? They were looking at me. They were like, who knows what I'm driving? Yeah, you're driving my dream car from like 4 years ago. Not 4 years ago. What am I talking about? Watch it with your earphones in and you're not paying attention. Like me, looking at a Subaru. Another one. Oh, he's got the wing and everything. The wing that does so much. There's the cop again, doing nothing. I'm looking important. Had to do it. There's no way you guys can hear me with all this wind. It's crazy. Oh my god. You guys, I'm sure any one of you who rides a motorcycle can sympathize. I have been in the most depressive, when I said I have a motorcycle, it can't be so bad. You know, a depressed mood, for lack of a better term. There's just a cloud, figuratively and literally, that I cannot get through. Which is why I'm out riding now. It's, you know, when you don't ride for a while, especially because it's due to weather, you just get real gloomy. And I ain't about that life if I don't have to be. Man, I'm glad these tires have better traction than my feet do. This could be the first day I slip up and drop my bike at a stoplight. Man, that would be good for you two, huh? Hondos, only prime. I have no idea what that means. Unless that building is actually a transformer trying to clearly disguise itself. That's probably what that means. Strikers Soccer Club. Huh. That Strikers Soccer Club is quite close to where I went to college. Or, which is now termed university. Look how big my university is. It's tiny. That parking lot is tiny. I used to actually work in one of these buildings. Not for long though. It was sort of a temporary thing where I would go into this building. The main company that I worked for was actually far away from here. Well, not far. Not far to where I just was anyway. It's gorgeous. I once rode my mountain bike through there. Not to the water, but to the general park. Man, riveting stories I'm telling today. Ain't nobody coming. Would have been cool if it's called the Villains. It's a place where the villains live. That'd be called the Fortress. On glove. How's it going, YouTubers? The one guy watching me. The former was more correct. Don't do it. God damn. Nobody pays attention. Slippery wet curves. Just like I like my wet. Don't do it. I used to work at that grocery store sometimes too. Didn't work for the grocery store, just worked at the grocery store. Still had to learn where all the pickles were, though. And that's not a euphemism. And please don't take it as such when I'm about to tell you that that's because there was a lot of old ladies asking me where there's a lot of shit and I didn't know where it was because I didn't work for the grocery store. But I knew where the pickles were. Nice Gixxer. I'm dying to make a Gixxer joke. Seriously though, I don't get that. Because, as I said before, I like all bikes. Gixxers, I like just because I like Suzuki. I'm not a brand whore, as you might call it, but Gixxers seem neat. And maybe it's just because I've not immersed myself into the sport bike community as much as I would like to. I don't really understand the stereotypes that Gixxers get. I think I saw a video once where Vanilla Ice was riding one, squidding out with no helmet or anything. But, you know, still overall, I don't get it. Just gonna back up to these little lines and not activate them because I'm on a motorcycle. wonder if I activated that. This bike typically doesn't have too much of a problem at stoplights. Could be that because the battery is right on the ground, practically. Kind of makes it a bitch to get out, but I bought a good battery, so don't really need to get it out. Aw, no puppies outside. That's a bummer. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna end it there. This has been my first possibly released video. Hope you guys enjoyed it.